So does the character of Urashiki Otsutsuki suck? That's a very good question. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Sanjay Uchiha here, and hope everyone's having a great day. As you can tell by the video thumbnail and title, today we'll be talking about Urashiki Otsutsuki in the Boruto Naruto Next Generations anime, and if he's been living up to the status quo that he should be. Now be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, of course leave a like, a dislike, a comment, the usual stuff. Subscribe if you enjoy anything I had to say, and let's get right into it. So Urashiki Otsutsuki. Now, when the Boruto Naruto Next Generations anime started, specifically the Boruto Naruto the Movie retelling portion, he was introduced as the third Otsutsuki that Masashi Kishimoto, due to time constraints, did not get to include in that movie. So for the most part, when we found out he would be introduced in that arc or the retelling, it kind of opened up the door to say, this retelling would be worth it, and it actually was, especially when you really compare it to Dragon Ball Super's movie retellings. But in recent times, I've kind of been thinking about it, that I don't feel Urashiki has been living up to how he should be performing for the most part. In recent times, if you've been watching the Boruto anime, he's kind of been like, okay, let me just try, I leave, cut, and then rinse and repeat again, especially against characters at this point that he should easily be able to take out. Let me kind of break it down for you. In the recent episode 131, where he was essentially up against Boruto, Jiraiya, and Sasuke, honestly, if you're asking me, I don't think he had to retreat. Of course, you could say plot, but when you really break it down, he really didn't, because Sasuke at this point in the anime, he's nowhere near full power, and if you're doing some scaling, Urashiki should be like way stronger than Jiraiya and Boruto, if you're asking me. So yeah, I don't feel the execution of his character is being done properly. No, you could sit there and say yes, it's in his character to be kind of like that kind of trickster, kind of like, okay, I've had enough of this, let me just kind of slide out of the picture and come back again when things are more convenient for me. But at the same time, it kind of feels like it's lessening the impact of his character at the same time, if you get what I mean. And it's this problem that I've seen in anime before, where we as fans kind of overthink things, and we have our own set of scaling versus the scaling of the narrative. I think one good example of this is drawing back for Dragon Ball, for instance. Goku, through power scaling, should be able to destroy Universe 7, but it's still a big deal. Like, narratively wise, it's still a big deal. It feels like it's only made out that Zeno is the only one that can really destroy the universe entirely. So it's like, in our heads, like, scaling naturally with all the Zenkai boosts, transformations, and everything, Goku should be able to destroy the universe. But narratively, within the story, they put it as like, only Zeno can do it. So it's like author's intent, or the narrative, versus based on what the author shows us X and Y, that the character should be able to do this, but narratively speaking, he still puts certain story elements above what the character should be able to do based on what he's shown us they can do before, if you get what I really and truly mean. So even though Urashiki should be, like, in our heads, or through scaling, he should be able to easily defeat Sasuke, Boruto, and Jiraiya, and achieve his objective of obtaining the 9 tails in the previous episodes, in the recent episodes, yeah, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Of course, it all boils down to plot as well, so even though Urashiki should be able to easily defeat them, we can't really have that now, can we? So, but yeah, I just feel like the execution of him isn't really all that. No, don't get me wrong, Urashiki is very powerful, and I know a lot of persons might want to say that he lost to Boruto and Shinki in the whole Shikaka retrieval or protection arc, but he was obviously holding back there. So yeah, so it's kind of like this thing where I don't feel he's living up to his potential, but it's kind of expected because of plots at this point. But I feel like they could do so much more with him, honestly. I just don't feel like they're using him properly. I feel like the situations around Urashiki need to be crafted better, if you get what I mean, in the sense that when I see Urashiki retreat, I need to feel like, okay, yeah, he really does need to retreat. And so far, apart from his fight with Gaara and Trojuro, all other fights I honestly don't think he had to retreat from. So yeah, it's like I'm not convinced. Yeah, but anyway, let me know, how do you think, you know, what's your opinion on how they have handled Urashiki Otsutsuki's character in the Boruto Naruto Next Generation's animated date? Do you think he's been wasted? I think he is, and I feel like still, despite all of that and all I've said, I feel like they're building up to like probably a final fight between him and Sasuke, where we'll see him pull out all the stops more than likely. But so far, at least, if I were to like split up his appearances into 3 acts, this third act so far, it hasn't been very compelling or, you know, convincing, or yeah, you get the idea. But probably it's just me, probably I'm overthinking it. It is what it is. But anyway, so enjoy, share, rate, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just it just came to me. I thought I'd just yeah, do something. So yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Once again, thanks for subbing. I'm over 300 subs. Let's get to 1,000 someday. Yeah, but yeah, see you guys in the next one.